about it, Stinky. What sort of animal would I like to be? Well, I have lots of favourite animals. What's that? You'd like to be a lion because they're fierce and they can roar. Yes, well, I don't know. I'd quite like to be a giraffe, I think. But then I like zebras as well. Those wonderful black and white stripes. Yes, what's that? So many animals to choose from. What's that? Oh, it's story time. So it is. Hello, my little poppets, mums and dads, and welcome back to story time once again. Well, Stinky and I were just talking about what sort of animal we would like to be. And as I was saying to Stinky, there's so many wonderful animals to choose from. I like giraffes, and of course I do like lions and tigers and zebras, and I like parrots as well, Stinky, with all their wonderfully bright coloured feathers. So many wonderful animals. What's that? There's a poppet who'd like to tell me something. All right then. Yes, dear, what would you like to tell me? You'd like to be a camel. Yes, well, a camel, what a marvellous animal camels are. Yes, I think that would be wonderful. Stretching out those long legs and walking through the desert with a wonderful hump. Yes, that'd be wonderful, wouldn't it, to be a camel? Yes, well, my dear poppets, mums and dads, speaking of animals, today's story is called If My Dad Were an Animal. A very, very cute story, I have to say, and I do like the front cover very, very much, with a cute little poppet on the very front cover there. If my dad were an animal. Yes, well, there's so many wonderful animals to choose from. And this does look like a cracker, I have to say. And here we go, my dear poppets. If my dad were an animal, Stinky, he would be a great big hairy... Well, there's a little poppet there, and she's talking about what sort of animal she thinks that her daddy might be. I wonder what sort of animal her dad might be. I just don't know. I suppose we'll soon find out when we turn the page. What sort of animal would he be? A great big hairy yak, of course. Oh, this dear little poppet thinks that if her daddy was an animal, he'd be a big hairy yak. Oh, poor old dad there. I wonder what he thinks of that. Her dad as a yak. Goodness gracious me. Although they are wonderful beasts, I have to say. Yes, with a wonderful hairy coat. I think if my dad were an animal, he would be a sleepy snoozy. Well, there's another poppet there, and she's saying, I wonder what sort of animal my dad would be. Let me think. I wonder what sort of animal my dad could be. Well, she gave a bit of a clue there. He would be a sleepy snoozy. Wait for it, my dear poppets. Koala! And there's another little poppet there with, of course, a koala on the branch there. And koalas, as we all know, love to eat eucalyptus leaves. Yes, they sit up high in the treetops, eating those eucalyptus leaves all day long and then having a snooze. Yes, I think it'd be quite wonderful to be a koala, I think. They're wonderful animals, koalas. They really are very, very cute. If my dad Stinky were an animal, he would surely be a cheeky... What do you think he might be, Stinky? A cheeky monkey! Yes, I think he might be. The bananas there are a bit of a clue, I have to say, because monkeys do like bananas. But not just bananas, they like other fruits as well. Often when you go to the zoo, you will see a zookeeper giving monkeys all sorts of different fruits to eat. A monkey, of course, and there's a poppet with his dad there, and he thinks his daddy would be a monkey. How very, very cute indeed, I have to say. Very, very cute. Oh, his father as a monkey, and a cheeky monkey at that. Yes, a very cheeky monkey. I think if my dad Stinky were an animal, he would make the perfect stylish. Well, there's dear old Dad there, and he's looking very snazzy indeed. Very, very flash there, getting dressed up. The lovely white shirt there and black trousers, and I think he's putting on, maybe it's going to be a bow tie, I'm not sure. But he is looking very, very smart. Very, very smart indeed. Yes, a penguin. Oh, yeah, a bow tie and a top hat as well. So that little Poppet's daddy would be a penguin. How very, very cute. Oh, I do like penguins. Simply wonderful. Yes, they are. And they love fish too, don't they? If my dad were an animal, Stinky, he would be a wise and hooty. What do you think that animal might be, Stinky? Yes, I think this animal might have very big eyes. And do you know what I think it might be? I'll whisper it to you. Yes, an owl. That's right. I think that Poppet's daddy would be an owl. And there he is there. And we'll turn the page. And we'll see, of course. We turn the page. Would be a wise and hooty. Pages are stuck together. An owl, of course, and there's dear old Dad with an owl sitting on the top of his head. How funny. If that little Poppet's dad were an animal, he would be an owl. And they're very beautiful birds, I have to say, with their great big eyes, which are perfect for looking for prey when they're out at night, looking for moths and small rodents and things like that. I think they eat owls. I think if my dad were an animal, Stinky, he would be very, very tall. Oh, well, there's a Poppet there. And she thinks that if her dad were an animal, he would be an animal that is very, very tall. Now, I think I might have a clue what that animal might be. Yes, an animal that is very, very tall. Oh yes, a giraffe, of course, because as we all know, giraffes are very, very tall. Very, very tall animals indeed. With their great big long necks so they can stretch up and eat all those wonderful tasty green leaves that giraffes like to eat. If my dad, Stinky, were an animal, he would be a strong and burly. Yes, well, I think I might know what this one might be. We can turn these pages. They do like to stick together. It's rather frustrating when you're reading. An elephant! Oh, I wasn't expecting that. An elephant. Imagine that, stomping about all over the place. Yes, a great big elephant. Oh, you'd have the house crashing down if you were an elephant, I'd have to say. Yes, an elephant in a house, there would not be a lot of room at all. No, there would not. I think if my dad were an animal, Stinky, he would be a big and snuggly. Well, there's a dear little Poppet there. And if her dad were an animal, I wonder what he would be. He would definitely be very, very snuggly. I just wonder, I have to say, what sort of animal would he be? Oh, a bear, of course, because he gives me, Stinky, the best hugs. And there he is there, the dad, of course, with his sweet little Poppet, and a bear there as well. That's what she thinks her daddy would be if he were an animal, a brown bear. The end, and that was called If My Dad Were an Animal. A very, very sweet story, I have to say. And I did enjoy reading that, Stinky, very, very much. Did you enjoy it, dear? You did? Yes. Well, all those different animals. Simply marvellous, isn't it? Or so many different animals all around the world. Well, Stinky, you know what time it is, don't you? That's right, time to say goodbye to the Poppets. Well, mums and dads, boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in for story time. Perhaps you could pretend to be some kind of animal, whether it's a lion or a tiger, or perhaps you could read a book about all sorts of of different animals. And as always, my dear ones, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye!